Alright, hello to all my guys, gals, and non-binary pals out there across the electrical ocean. This is Jazzman back with the game. We've got Epicxz on full faction Sundered. I'm guessing he's playing dragons here. And then Teaninja playing full faction Forglar Swamp. Where the hell are you going, Huntmaster? Oh, he's going into the font. It's like, that is certain death, my friend. Pinned between Vindrax and Crickenwing Alpha. I mean, he's contesting here. I don't know if this is wise. I think... I mean, given the threat of Crickenwing Alpha being in your font, maybe he chose to just go for like a font trade. And hopefully he wins, I don't know, the 1v2 here. But I think, so he left his Hippo behind. I think the Hippo can like block the Crickenwing Alpha, right? Does this give, oh yeah, never mind. This gives mobility. So I guess that's not really possible. But he does have quite the cohort of Boghoppers here to defend his font from the Alpha. Honestly, I would probably not advise contesting in this situation for Epicxz. Just take care of that Huntmaster. He's really overextended. And, you know, Vindrax can come in here with an Acid Bomb. Crickenwing can Shimmer, get a hit, and that'll probably be the end of Huntmaster. You know, what would be funny here is if Huntmaster then leaps into this font and just, like, harasses the shit out of both fonts at once for Teaninja. Yeah, he's on Forglar Swamp, and it's funny, he was talking in the Discord earlier about being on like a 14-game loss streak with Iron Fist Stronghold, and he switched to Boghoppers immediately after, and was like, he immediately won, like he won a game versus some top 10 player or whatever. And yeah, so Iron Fist Stronghold is apparently not that great right now. I guess, like, for any players watching, what? That was a weird looking double leap there. Teaninja's moving really fast on his turn. Yeah, Forglar Swamp is quite the, especially Boghoppers are quite the easy mode deck to play right now. So anyone who's looking for a slight ego boost would do well to pick them up. Make you feel better about yourself for all those losses. Just spamming Boghoppers instead. You're like, here, I'm actually a good player. Look at me winning all these games. The Ranger flash bombs into the font, I'm assuming, in one of these edge spaces. It's really easy to tell where the Ranger is, because flash bomb has a fixed like 5 range, and obviously he didn't like launch himself into the poison cloud. So this should be an easy find here for Epicxz. And then Vindrax, of course, can just acid bomb afterwards and get another dot on there, so he can't like re-stealth or anything. But Swamp Guard Crusher coming in. Now we're seeing the heavy hitters. And there's actually, he has double Greeting Champs that he's already burned. So I guess if Teaninja is running some more Stealth Hoppers, this might be an opportunity to deploy them, now that the Greetings are gone. Vindrax with Acid Greeting is a little strange to me. I mean, yeah, he's like the Acid Dragon, but I think this could maybe be like Acid Acolyte or something, like something to give him some survivability. Maybe that would be too strong. Like, he already has Regen 3. It's probably not probably enough. Ooh, golly miss Molly. That was a 28 damage Metamagic Backlash, and Epicxz wins. Okay, well, Teaninja, he realized he was going to lose like 2 champions there, and immediately called the GG. So yeah, Metamagic Backlash does damage per charge on the target. So yeah, instantly killing that Dark Marsh Witch because of charged, giving him 7 charges on deploy. So unfortunate there for Teaninja, but here we've got a real match for the ages. Elvesrule versus on full faction Kathir Forest, of course, and then Reaper, who is also on full faction SL. So we've had the Teaninja appetizer. Now we get to the main course of this game here, and this is already shaping up to be an interesting one. I played a few games on this map in particular already, and what the hell, a misdirection from Elvesrule. That's actually a pretty smart misdirection. It burns the defensive strike punish on Judge and lets the Centaur presumably walk into this font behind him, and that while the illusions just kind of get in the way. So really nice use of misdirection there. I like that spell. I like seeing it in play. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the map. So I played a few games on this map. I like that it's sort of like a good blend of turtley and rushy, because the shrines are really close to each other, so you can have some like early shrine pressure, or basically shrine pressure throughout the game, like pre-transfigure. because you just drop like some strong ranged units and sit like close to your own shrine for reinforcements, go in for a few snipes on occasion. But then on the side, like the fonts are usually pretty safe, but there is still like opportunities for rushing, like with teleport champs, something with leap, or spells in Elvesrule's case. The one thing about you have to watch out for is defending both fonts at once is quite the task, because they're each so far apart from each other. And then, you know, the shrine, like you can deploying back here would leave your shrine exposed to any pressure coming from the front. So I think it's in Elves' best interest to keep this font contested. And oh god, he's actually trapped. He's trapped the Judge Taurian with between the illusion and the Aurora banner here that he's got. So that judge is stuck in the washing machine, as it were. And Big Bro's coming for him. He's gonna give Judge the Dickens, and Aurora. So like he can't get back to this font at all. Reaper forced to deploy Temple Guard at the back, and Elves immediately dropping Condor Fury. This is gonna be another fast game, isn't it? I'm pretty sure Elves has kind of got this under lock and key. Elven Artisan slowly mining some Nora for him. And yep, damn, I call it. That was a really well-played game by, a well-played set of moves, I should say, by Elvesrule. So damn, two matches finished just like that. I could queue up myself, but I kind of want to see Teaninja on a crackback. See what he's got up his sleeve versus Epicxz. Oh, he's on. Oh, I see how it is. He's on Bach now. I see your game, Teaninja. Don't think I don't see what you're doing here. So he went from Bog Hoppers. He's moving up the tier list. He went from Bog Hoppers and now he's on Bach. And if he loses with Bach, he's probably going to quit the game. That's what's at the very tip top of the hierarchy there. So he's against Epicxz, who's on FFSL. Again, got the Ravager going. I think Ravager is slated for some nerfs in the upcoming big patch, which is totally fine with me. He's kind of had it coming for a while now. I think this just gives him the option. Like he's losing Ferocious Bite, I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure he's also losing Seismic Leap in exchange for something else. But he's still going to keep like his little initiative package here, so I think this opens up some opportunity to go Retreat 3 and just go like Leap 3, Retreat 3, like just super fast, super harassy Ravager rather than like a Jack of all trades kind of guy. But here we've got Vacation Voidraker with the Hate Leech, and I mean this is basically a super champ in itself. Like I don't see Epicxz doing anything to it. Funny enough, he actually took away with the Void Touch. He took away Pit Dragon form, so that actually forced Draxar Shifter back to original form, which I don't think I've ever seen that interaction before. I mean I knew that like forms can be dispelled or whatever, but that one was new. So Teaninja has actually neglected his top font here. He's elected to run mid with 2 champions, his first 2 deploys, and then he's got Nephri Torch over here in the back. So this does put him behind a little bit early, but having this, like, you can't really even call this extra mid pressure though, because I mean he's invested Nora in the Hate Leech and the Torch, whereas Epicxz has sort of just been deploying the whole time. So he's got his nice cheap sentry here, maybe threatening to contest bot side, and meanwhile like Ravager is coming in to reinforce. So I mean it basically all comes down to this Voidraker and whether or not Teaninja can effectively super champ it or, you know, utilize it to win this mid-font fight. Warden is kind of just follow up. It's nice having the Warden down early for camaraderie. Has yet to get an equip, but that's probably going to be for later. If maybe by chance Epicxz deploys like a Draxar Brood Queen, you could deploy this for Shatter Summoned. Yeah, we'll see what he does here. Whorl. Ooh, I like seeing Whorls. Whorl is like my new favorite SL ranged unit. He's just packed, full to bursting with utility. He's got Inhibiting Touch for anti-heal, Illuminate for anti-defense, he's got Distract for anti-everything that has to do with abilities, and then he can also blind people with Radiant Blow, so very efficient package. This is all at 6 range, by the way. He's 5 to 6 range, so quite useful. Just all around good 1x utility champion. But Epicxz is electing to leave mid, drop the banner behind him. He didn't move too far away. He left himself with enough AP to double tap should the Void Raker decide to chase. But I feel like just taking out the banner and then maybe like, maybe holding off for a turn. He can't hold off for too long because Hate Leech will tick him down. Especially since he's already behind on Nora because of the font situation. So I think, could he get the kill on anything here? I think Shifter has 3 defense because of the SL bonus plus a regen 3. Not exactly the easiest kill in the world, even from like 45 HP. I'd probably just take out the banner here. Spread your attacks around a little bit. Void Raker hit once, Warden hit once, and then conserve for next turn. Maybe move Void Raker back a little bit so that you can be within like command dodge range on your next turn on the Enforcer. But Teaninja is instead putting all of his AP from the Warden into that banner. So I mean, yeah, see, this is why I wouldn't have advised this, is because now like Void Raker was on like 7 AP and he couldn't really do anything else. This is interesting. He's actually going to engage that Ravager. I wonder why he engaged. I mean, I guess the Ravager could just leap over the Void Raker, but I think like even if the like this positions him in potential contest range for next turn, as well as taking away what did he take away from the Ravager here? He took initiative. Great. That's like the worst thing he could have possibly taken because initiative is already procced. So this Void Touch was changed. It now only removes. Loses an ability with the highest Nora cost. So out of all of these abilities, Initiative 2 is like 9 Nora, so that makes sense why it was taken. I kind of like that change. I don't hate it, but it was more fun, I guess, when it was random. But having it be always be the highest Nora cost, it's like when it works for you, it feels really good to get rid of like spontaneous regeneration or something. But on the other hand, it's a little bit predictable now. Like you can sort of block, like you can send in a champion with an ability that doesn't really matter. And you kind of like working your way down there, even though an ability is more expensive, it might not be the ability that you want to get rid of. Like here, like Teaninja got rid of initiative, for example, and getting rid of initiative does literally nothing in this fight against the Ravager. Whereas if Void Touch was random, it might have gotten rid of execute, for example. And getting rid of execute would have helped him a lot more, So there's pros and cons to that change. Draxar Shifter moving around. Is he going to try and like pin the Void Raker to the Ravager here? Like just make the escape route impossible? He already kind of is. He just needs to move up a little more, He doesn't want his AP sapped by Enervating Touch, though. No way, this is on its turn only nowadays. Mudang. Now so this 1v1 here is not really the greatest for Teaninja. He's not really playing to box strengths well, I don't think. Like you could have probably figured that Epicxz would have the Nora for a champion up here, and then like if he did deploy here, which he did, like you can only contest with the Relic, and that also prevents you from attacking this turn, which means no life siphon, no ability stealing. And your Void Raker, meanwhile, is just getting ticked down by Hate Leech. So overall, not the best play by Teaninja. He kind of needs to retreat now and like play to the phalanx that Bach are known for. I don't think like abandoning mid here just isolates all of your champions. It isolates the Void Raker up here. It isolates the Warden versus the Sentry, and the Sentry's not really a combat-oriented rune necessarily, but he is melee with 7 speed, which means he can easily chase down the Bach Warden. And your Enforcer is a little bit out of the way for the time being. So Teaninja moving in, he's kind of pinning himself now. Like there's no way he gets out of this alive. Like he could have maybe gotten out if he ran like over here. I mean, like Epicxz would have chased, but there was potentially an out. Now he's just dead. Like unless like more spells come out to save the Void Raker. I mean, once Whirl gets inhibiting touch on there, Void Raker's Hate Leech will be useless. And then you can magic, or you can blind, you can illuminate for minus defense. A lot of shit that could go wrong for this Void Raker, which is such a shame, such a waste, such a perfectly beautiful form. Now he's making things even worse. He's dropping an ethereal pool. This is exactly what happened with Elvesrule in that last game. He dropped a relic and completely trapped his champion. Or yeah, the Judge Tori is what I mean. But so yeah, this gives the Enforcer spell resistance and reflection, which doesn't really matter too much. Because I mean, Voidbreaker was dead either way, I think. But here comes the Tornado, taking down that banner, and now Epicxz is just gonna kind of clean house, I think. Hands over the tracker to Shifter. That doesn't really do anything because Illuminate is already like over here. So I don't know about that play, but yeah, Voidbreaker is kind of screwed. I would probably advise a sacrifice at this point from Teaninja. That's kind of his only way to maybe crawl back into the game. Because it's going to live this turn, I'm pretty sure. Resist Physical 3, 9, Sapping Blow, and then yeah, nah, Shifter can get another hit. So yeah, dead Voidbreaker. And now your ethereal pool is kind of isolated now as well. Relocate Self comes in play on cooldown. So Epicxz making quick work of that Voidbreaker there. And the Bach Warden is soon to follow. Vacation Bloodguard with her bitch pet imp. Or should I say Gimp? This guy, this imp looks like he's screaming, right? And he's screaming because he's the Gimp. Like he's into the B of the BDSM. And meanwhile, Vacation is the S. So we got so now Teaninja's he's starting to realize he's bunching up for command dodge. And then Bloodguard, so Bloody Imp, none of these guys can make an attack. I guess you could throw axe onto the sentry. But I mean, yeah, Warden is kind of trapped. Has to run all the way away. Like you could attack here, but you're probably just gonna die to like sentry and a cheap spell, right? Ooh, Bach Raider. Okay, so we got Bach Raider Arrow Shot. Can Teaninja actually kill this turn? I mean, it's gonna cost a spell, but like burning a damage spell on a champion that's cheap never feels good. Head of Asarius won't be enough. It'll leave it at 1. He's trying to block as much as he can for his Warden. I think Throw Javelin is still on. Actually, I don't think I've seen Epic use it yet. The Tornado notably debuffed all of Epic's champions with Torch in play. So Epic's sort of holding off on spells. So this is an argument I've seen both, not quite paradoxically, but whenever the IS faction bonus is brought up, people are always like, oh, well, you can just play around it by not using spells. And it's like, well, technically, yes, but, I mean, it's the same deal with, like, the anti-spell relics, right? Like, they're only worth their Nora when your opponent plays into them. And so, does that make them not runnable or less good in any way because it forces, like the idea is you force your opponent to play differently than they normally would. And in my mind, that's something that the IS faction bonus does as well. Because there are times when, like, the only way to secure a kill is through a spell, but with the IS faction bonus around, sometimes you just can't secure a kill, and IS is known for having a shit ton of healing. So not being able to secure a kill versus IS is really detrimental. And so I think the IS bonus, it is one of the weakest, absolutely. Probably the weakest. FW bonus, debatable. I've seen arguments for and against. But the thing is, a lot of its power is just understated compared to the other bonuses, which are very much upfront and like noticeable, like in your face sort of bonuses. I would still maybe like to see it get a buff, maybe something related to relics and equipment, which I've always felt like was meant to be IS's forte. I think I suggested at one point that the bonus give 5 HP to all of your relics, or maybe even like 5 HP to your relics and your equipped champions that are in play. And then in a split, it would be like 3 HP or something. And that would be on top of the spell resistance that it already gives now. It's just a thought. I think the thing is, when faction bonuses are ever brought up, there is kind of like a shitstorm of, oh, faction bonuses they're untouchable because they've been with the game longer than anything else. And people sort of like Pox Nora players are nothing if not like nostalgia junkies. So faction bonuses, and I think War Banners fall into that camp as well. They're just like, nobody can touch them. And in a way, I guess it's fine, because rebalancing a faction bonus essentially means rebalancing every rune in that faction, because a lot of runes are like come pre-nerfed, like in quotes, to account for the bonus. I think KF and ST are the biggest offenders in that regard. But IS bonus is a little bit trickier, especially since it's also the weakest faction right now. The bonus, whether or not the bonus has anything to do with that, I'd say it's a part of it, but I'd also say that IS in general is a little bit... It has some other problems. Like, it's generally slower than a lot of the other factions. We're just sort of on the tail end of like very aggro rush meta, pre-map rotation. So maybe that'll start to shift as more players pick up on IS's strengths. But like when you think of like dwarves, for example, like dwarves don't really have any fast guys. Constructs, like funny enough, constructs probably have more 7-speed champs than dwarves do at this point. Like dwarves don't have like harassers. They're sort of like all phalanxy in their theming. Barbarians are slated for a rework. I don't want to speak too much to them, but they're the same way. Like they're not very. They sort of rely on internal coherency more than anything else, like rather than just like raw stats or something. But we've got some damage. I don't want to go on too much of a rant about things you guys probably don't care about. We're focusing on this game right now, and right now it seems like Epicxz is like the only reason I went on that rant is because nothing much happened. Like Teaninja finished off that sentry in the font, and then just kind of nothing else happened between then and now. But it looks like Epicxz is taking a bit of an aggressive posturing. Your Ravager threatening topside. A lot of greetings actually in play back to back. I said a greeting from Vindrax, then the Frost greeting. So everyone's kind of taking some global damage. And that shifter who got hit by Void Touch like 3 times is still going strong. Like he's regenning 3. He's got the tracker for Illuminate. You can still like Flame Strike and shit. So he didn't actually end up losing too much in that trade. I guess he lost both his forms. So he's just a basic bitch Draxar now. No better, no worse than others of his ilk. And then yeah, Ravager's the same way. He just lost initiative and he's still gunning for that. Still gunning for topside. Maybe he could like leap in at some point and finish off this Warden. But we'll see what Teaninja can do. He can heal up a bit off these Blood Balls. No, never mind. He got hit by Whirl, so he's inhibited. See, now maybe you could like Retribution, get a kill on that shifter. And if you do that, you probably want to leave the Blood Balls around because, I mean, you could maybe heal up someone else on them. Maybe Epicxz will have to walk through them at some point. There's a Blade of the Snake. Okay, so we're gonna see some beats. What does this thing even do now? This thing has been reworked like 5 times. Does Zealot, Warding, and Healing Deficiency. And then Unstoppable and Roar of the Fallen for Archdemons. So it gives like 6 abilities. There's too much to look through. Zealot. The main thing here is Zealot. So plus 5 damage for the Raider, and then Bach Enforcer moves in. Armaments, giving everybody some AP. So a double tap there and a double tap here, and all of a sudden Shifter is a bright blue spinning orb. And then, okay, so Teaninja is retreating both of his injured units. I'm thinking maybe he's like planning to sacrifice them at a later date or something. A later point in the game. Because like even though Bach don't tend to run spells, and I mean he has the torch, but like you could use your shrine for spell presence on this map. There's ways to run spells in Bach. It's just a lot less efficient. I don't know if Teaninja is actually trying that, but normally Bach tend to roll just with relics and equips because everybody's got Faithless. But he deployed the Nephri Exchange here and didn't deploy anything topside, so that's a free font for Epicxz. I'm kind of worried here because with... Oh, okay, so we got Magnetize killing all the relics and equips. So Bog, all these champions are kind of neutered now. Yeah, I'm kind of worried because the way Teaninja's champions are positioned, he's pretty much lost that font. Like, he can't get back up there. He's used his swap. So, like, he can't, like, move the Warden over here, then swap, then walk the Guardian in. Like, he has no way to recontest now. Even with that extra AP from the spell. Meanwhile, he's got Vindrax and Skybreak Dragon as the main melee threats. Marine is interesting. I think he is probably one of the better cheap Draxar now. He has 2 ranged attacks. Alt ranged attacks, which is nice. One of them saps AP, which is useful for your Sundered Exploit champions, like Pursuer that you might happen to be running. And then Pin Down is just generally good CC. So he's kind of got a lot going for him. Comes with the standard Violent Regen package. Oh yeah, and he can't be drowned because of Amphibious. So take that, FS players. We're going to see a Lava Storm here from the Skybreak. That does hit flying, doesn't it? Yeah. So some damage going down, and then he's contesting with the Whirl, and then eating a dodge with Marine. Yeah, I would definitely give this position to Epicxz. I think Teaninja's positioning has been a little whack this game, I gotta say. Not sure what he's up to. He could relic contest here, which is probably like he kind of has to, because otherwise it'll be 3 fonts to 1. The Bloodguard will be on 1 HP. You got Vindrax all up in your face, and his other champions aren't looking too good. Oh, deploy a Garu Shaman. Oh, this would be a perfect time for like a Divine Favor champion. Be going for the Whirl. I feel like this Marine might be dead. You could do like another Blade of the Snake or something for the 1 AP. Nope, it looks like he's going to go for the Whirl instead. I think Arrow Shot is still up, right? If you Arrow Shot here and then you feint first for the minus defense. Maybe you get... Nah, Bog Warden can't move up for a hit. Yeah, that is going to be a dead Whirl if Bach Raider makes his way over here. That'll be a globe, and then you just kind of delay the Vindrax. You could actually block the Vindrax out, couldn't you? Because, yeah, Enforcer moves here onto the globe, and then the Imp... Well, the Imp could have moved up, too, and then Vindrax would have been kind of stuck. But yeah, okay, so it looks like Teaninja is going to Relic Contest. What's it gonna be, Teaninja? Head of Asarius? Second Market? Does he have his banner out? I don't think he has his banner out yet, does he? No, he doesn't. So yeah, you could put down his banner. So Warden's moving up to help out. He's got to be careful with that because Ravager can easily just leap in for an execute hit, finish it off. And then, okay, so Guardian's getting the Blood Ball. Is he? Okay, yeah, he's in the... I was worried he wasn't going to be in the font. So yeah, no dead Whirl this turn. So let's see, let's check the combat log here. Okay, so it was ahead of Asarius in that font. So I mean, this is probably a dead Ravager, but it will take a while to finish off because of Leap 3. So the ideal play here for Epicxz, I think, would be to leap over the font. Because obviously the head of Asarius is here, and with Bach Raider being a 2x2, you can't really, like, you're kind of going to get blocked by your own relic. So I think leaping here over the font and then just running as far back as possible would be the ideal play. To keep your Ravager alive as long as possible, you know? Yeah, well, okay, I guess you could get a hit first for for Ferocious Bite. Yeah, this still does... wait, does this block the 1, 2? Yeah, it does still block the Raider from getting a hit. I don't know why Raider has 1 to 2 range. This is one of the range changes that I don't agree with. I think he should just be melee and then have Arrow Shot as his range. I dislike the logic that just because a champion is big and is 2x2, that must mean that its range needs to be 1 to 2. Like Vindrax, for example. Vindrax is huge. Like, he's a big ass motherfucking dragon, right? But he's still melee. Like, why is Vindrax range 1, you know? And meanwhile, why is Skybreak Dragon range 1 to 2? He used to be melee. It just feels like a way of artificially inflating a champion's cost. I feel the same way about Brood Queen, also from SL. Like, Brood Queen has 1 to 2 range. Why? I don't fucking know. Like, she's a small champion with, I mean, she's got flying. Maybe she swoops in, you know, for her long ass arms, just claw forward at you. I don't know. Like, sometimes the logic, like, it's a delicate balance between, like, game logic and, like, balance logic that has to factor in. But we've got Vex in play. Okay, so now all we're missing is Valdak for the Dragonic Trio. What is Vex looking like now? She got her unique ability back, Divine Wellspring. I think, didn't this used to be like 8 spaces range? It's only 5 now. And yeah, Vex herself is like never used for combat. She was just a Divine Divine Wellspring champion. But yeah, the range used to be a lot bigger, and then she had... what else did she have back then? She had like Deploy Charged 3 and some other nutty stuff. But now she's just kind of like, she's an odd mix between support and artillery. I'm pretty sure she can also take like a second bomb still. But oh yeah, another range 1 to 2 dragon, again for not much reason. Okay, we've got Warden here, out of range of the hit. Yeah, and Raider has to walk around his own relic. This 6 HP Blood Guard. Oh yeah, there's the banner in the back that he put out. Okay. So yeah, the Blood Guard sort of hovering around bot side, threatening a cheeky contest. See, I've had this happen a few times in my games. Not to me, of course, because you know, I'm the master of deception. But what happens is your opponent gets so focused on the action that's right in front of their screen, like where their camera is positioned, or like where their champions are, that they sometimes don't pan their camera down and notice that, you know, there's surprise, there's a champion down there, you know. So I wonder if Epicxz is like that. Like he probably doesn't notice the Blood Guard still alive, flapping her wings over there. Okay, well I guess he has noticed that Teaninja surrendered. So we'll play to both, and we'll see everyone in the next one.